books I have in my personal library that live rent-free in my head. Maybe I'll make a part 2 of all the ones that I don't physically own because there's so many more, but this is what I have for you today. Starting off strong, we have Fourth Wing. I now understand why people are so hyped about this book, because the first book is not overhyped. In my opinion, this first book was exquisite. It was beautiful. I loved it. I listened to it on audiobook. I didn't read it physically, even though I own like 2 copies of this. I loved it. I loved it. I didn't listen to the dramatized version. That one was way too much for me, but just Rebecca Soler and her different impressions of each character was just perfect. But I fell in love with the dragons. I fell in love with the fighting, with the school they were in, all of that. Daggers. I am a knife girly. I like collecting knives, but now I want daggers. Now I just want daggers because of her, because of Violet. And Liam. Oh, Liam. If anyone from this book series lives rent free in my head, Liam. Moving on. This Jane Eyre. Now there are the Pride and Prejudice girlies, the Emma girlies, Wuthering Heights, and then Jane Eyre. I am a Jane Eyre girly. I love this book. If you don't know the story of Jane Eyre, she is a governess who takes care of children, but she grew up as an orphan, and she meets Mr. Rochester. This was amazing. Amazing book. I connected to Jane Eyre when she was younger so incredibly much, which I think is part of why I loved this book. But she really just comes into her own and is so independent and so strong of a woman, and doesn't let her love and admiration of Mr. Rochester like deter her from reaching out for her dreams, which I absolutely love. And so yeah, this book is very special, and I think about her all the time. In 27 Days. Now this was a Wattpad book. And if you don't know what Wattpad is, it was still is around. It was a app where people could write their stories in real time and post it, and then like get feedback from like people that read it. So I read this. This was one of the very first books I read on Wattpad. Like, whew, how old was I? I think I was like, early middle school age, maybe like 6th grade, maybe even 5th grade, honestly. But I think about this book all the time, and I found out that she published it, and it's entirely different from the Wattpad version. Almost. There's still some aspects that are like the same, but like almost very different, and I still loved it. It's really just about 2 kids just finding the beauty in life and mundane things of going through life. I think it was very beautiful, and I loved it, and I still think about her. The Book of Ezra. This book, when I tell you, this book got me out of the longest reading slump of my life. I think it was like a year of me not really reading books. And if you know me, you know I read 1 to 2 days routinely. The Book of Azrael, really sucked me in. Like, as soon as I finished this book, I had to read the next one, because oh my gosh, the heart wrench that I felt, the sobs that I made from this book. Diana, she is a powerhouse of a female main character, and I think if you want a strong female character, this is the book. She is the one. I'll Give You the Sun. I'll Give You the Sun is about a story of like twins, and it really just handles like grief in different ways, and finding your own passion and inspiration and achieving that. And I think this book made me really fall in love with art. I'm not an artistic person. I really am not. But this made me want to be a sculptor so freaking bad. So bad. I don't have the talent. Zero talent for that. But this book was so good. It was so good. I cried in certain parts. I laughed in certain parts. And I think the journeys of each twin, because they were so very different from each other, was beautiful. And then the ending really tied everything together. It was just a great book. I think about them all the time because I wish them the happiest life, because they both deserved it. Honestly, everyone in this book deserved it. Uglies. Oh my gosh, this is another like throwback to my past, because Uglies I read in high school, and this was actually a school book that I took home and never returned. I'm sorry, but I kind of forgot about it, and I read it so much. I was like, how could I give it back? But it's essentially just like a very futuristic world, dystopic, even though it has like this very glittery blanket of like, oh, everything is so perfect because like, you're gonna be pretty. So like, but everyone starts out as uglies and then become pretties and then specials and extras, and it's just, oh, the whole series was so perfectly written. And I have not watched the TV series, and I'm kind of scared to watch the TV series because the books were so perfect. But I think about them all the time. It's so good. So, oh. Warriors. Okay, this one is truly a blast from my past, because Warriors was the first ever book series that I was physically going to the bookstores and only picking this book up. Like, I made it my mission to collect all of the series. I did not do that, but I have an entire shelf at the bottom of just Warrior books. It was my bread and butter. I loved this book series so much. It like just follows the journey of like these cats and goes through generations. It's so good. Iron Hunter, it's not the real name. I'm pretty sure it's like 2 different authors. I loved the Warrior series and I think about them all the time. Like Firepaw, it turned into Firestar. I can't. When I worked at my internship in the public library, so many of the kids were reading Warriors books, and you do not understand the joy I had in talking to them about it, because I was like, they love this book series just as much as I do, if not more. Like, it was so beautiful to see kids reading the same books that I read as a kid and loving them the same. So yeah, this book always has a place in my head and my heart. Always. A Certain Hunger. Now this book lives rent-free in my head for a very different reason than all the others, because I can't finish this book. I cannot physically finish this book. So many people rave about it. So many. And I was like, oh, I'll love it. I love books. The story was interesting. I even tried annotating it because I'm like, oh, I love annotating. Maybe this will help me like understand the book, but I can't for the life of me finish this book. And I hate DNFing a book. But this book I have DNF'd, and I don't think I'm ever going to pick it up again. And it's so frustrating because the storyline, the storyline is good. Like, I see it, but reading it, I can't do it. So, Certain Hunger. I wish I had more positives to say, but this lives rent-free in my head because I cannot finish it, and it's haunting me. She is haunting me. But that's it. That is all of the books that I physically own that live rent-free in my head. And if you want any more, let me know and I can make a part 2. Definitely have all the ones that I've read just like on my Kindle or don't physically own, because there's so many more that I can talk about. But that's it. Thank you. Bye.